Hello everyone, it's your BFF from Canada. What is up, guys and gals alike? Got a special video for you today. We're doing a boxing video. That's right, a boxing video, not an unboxing video. This one, I'm putting things into a box because everyone and their dog does an unboxing video. This cat is doing a boxing video. Now, quick disclaimer up top. I've already recorded this, and during the first half, my computer crashed. And I thought I had the recording still, but when I went to play it after, it was completely, it wouldn't play. It just wouldn't play. It was completely corrupted because the computer crashed during, and so it screwed up the file. So, the second half of this video, when I restarted, it's intact, but the first half was not, so I'm re-recording it, and I only have just a few minutes before I have to go to work. So let's get this done real quick here. Okay, first thing, pure maple syrup from Quebec, the best place that makes maple syrup, in my opinion. I'm from Ontario. We're a very proud maple syrup producer, but it's not as good tasting as Quebec. This is the dark variety, as you can see. I've got Walmart in town is the only place that imports the good Quebec maple syrup for some reason. Last time I got it, they had tons of the stuff. You could get it easily. After that, I sent some to Shani and to Fro Legacy, my other streaming friends in the States. Shani's from Texas. Fro Legacy is from Virginia, Washington, D.C. area. Anyway, I sent them some maple syrup. It was fine. A couple weeks or a week later, they announced that the Maple Syrup Reserve, the Canadian Federal Maple Syrup Reserve in Quebec, was opening up because they were afraid of a global maple syrup shortage. Fast forward, that was in I think November or so. Fast forward to this is now mid-March. There was only a few of these left at Walmart. A lot of them were dented. One of them exploded right next to mine. I had to peel off excess maple syrup. This isn't leaking, and neither is its sister can. In the previous version of this video, I put both cans in, but I'm just basically taking things out of the box to show you and then putting them back in now for time. I'm on my lunch break. I only have like 20 minutes or less to get this done, so I gotta really rush through this. Sorry about that, guys. Also, I'm not actually packing the box anymore because I had to pull things out to show you. But we'll just pretend that this is a regular boxing video. The second half is actually me doing it in real time. Okay, that being said, so they only had the dark type, not the original type, unfortunately, left. These were the two best conditioned cans. They're not leaking. They kind of look like they have some maple syrup on them, but that was because the can next to them was like, and like leaked everywhere. But beggars can't be choosers. This is good maple syrup from Canada. It's kind of what we're known for. We have a sugar maple on our flag, for goodness sake. So I definitely wanted Nico to have some of that. Spoiler alerts for later in the video. He's got other chances to try normal, quote-unquote, traditional Quebec maple syrup, but in a different form. We'll get back to that later. What else? I talked briefly about Ketchup Chips. Everybody in the States on Twitter and stuff, and Instagram and just visiting and seeing it in the corner store makes fun of the fact that that exists, having never tried it. Obviously, just like anything else, it's an acquired taste. It doesn't taste like you think it would, though. A lot of people that are like, I only eat ketchup on fries or a burger or whatever, but I don't like it otherwise. I can't stand the taste of ketchup, etc., etc., are like, I don't know. And then try these, and they're like, actually, these are really good. They're vaguely ketchup-esque, so you can see why they call them ketchup chips, but they don't taste like you're chugging a bottle of Heinz or putting it onto a blank potato chip. It doesn't taste like that. It has its own unique flavor. They could have probably called it something else, In fact, they probably should have called it something else because when they tried to introduce them in the States, people couldn't get past the name and didn't buy them, and so they never took off in the States. But every American that I know of that's tried them has been like, actually, you know what? These aren't bad. Shani says she doesn't like ketchup on her stream. She went nuts over them, which was really funny. Wouldn't stop talking about them. And so, yeah.
What in the world are these? Ketchup flavored Lay's? Is this a thing in Canada? Do y'all like these? They smell like ketchup, but I don't like the smell of ketchup. But they don't smell bad. Okay, so I hate ketchup. I like ketchup on fries, but a tiny bit. Like a tiny, tiny bit. I don't like the smell of ketchup. I don't like much about ketchup. But I freaking like these. That's genius. Whoever made these up is genius. I gotta show those to my roommates. Ketchup Lay's from Canada is great. I love those ketchup chips. It's really weird. They have so much better flavor than like regular. Man, they're freaking good. I gotta show my roommates. Canada's. Oh man, yo guys, get these ketchup chips from Canada. They're so good. I thought I would hate them because I don't like ketchup very much. They're the best. I love those ketchup chips. Although I love the all dressed Ruffles, these are my favorite. I love these. I gotta save those. I love those chips. They're like freaking good. Okay. Calm down, Jenny. These are amazing. Ketchup chip Frito-Lays from Canada. They're freaking good. And I love them. I'm so thankful to Canada. It's the sweetest thing. And they gave me lots of stuff and ketchup chips, and I love these ketchup chips. It's just every time I eat them, I'm like, why are they so good? They smell like ketchup. I don't really like ketchup, but they're so freaking good. It's like the best invention. I have to show. I just spit everywhere. I have to show my roommates these. I had ketchup or chips in my teeth. I just spit it. I've never had ketchup chips, but they're so freaking good. But yeah, it's really weird how great they are. They don't have things like that in Texas. They have like pickled flavored chips, but I don't like those. But I haven't really seen ketchup flavored chips. It's weird, but it's it's not it is great. I like them. Canada's, I'm still loving your ketchup chips. Like, no joke. Canada's, they're the best invention in the world. I'm not gonna lie, Canada's, I love these ketchup chips. Can you buy these in Texas? Like, I'm not even joking. They're good. I never thought I would like these. I saw these and I was like, I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna like them because they're ketchup, but I love them. I don't know why I love these ketchup chips. It doesn't sound good, but it makes sense. Like, it's freaking good. God dang. I need more ketchup chips. literally the best invention in the world is ketchup chips. My word. I'm not gonna lie, Canada's the best invention is the ketchup chips. Man, these are super good too. But the ketchup chips are like, I did not expect them to be so great. Let me eat like ketchup chips to calm me down because I have no freaking idea.
Yeah, she's a perfect example of somebody who was convinced she wasn't going to like them and only bit one of them to be polite on the stream, was planning on just putting the bag away, and then was like, more! I need more! Lays are the most probably common version. Every basic, like, no-name brand chip company has ketchup flavor in Canada. It's probably the most popular flavor, and for a reason. They're not my favorite, but I like them. Uh, if you eat too many of them, you kind of start to drool a little bit. It's like salt and vinegar chips after a while. They don't seem as tangy or whatever at first, or as bitter, but after a while you're like, ah, I need a lot of water if you eat like a lot of them. But yeah, they're pretty good. They're kind of tangy. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so she was like, I can't get enough of them. Oh yeah, Lay's. Lay's is like good quality, but not my favorite, but they're still decent. So if you're gonna introduce somebody to ketchup chips, Lay's is the best brand to do it because they're like the baseline. Like this is what they give you an average. Um, Again, there's worse quality ones, there's better quality ones. My personal favorite, I think, to this day are still the Doritos variant because they know how to make a good ketchup chip. Uh, I think the Doritos ones might be seasonal though. They don't always have them in stores. It seems like more around the fall when you see them. I don't know why. But yeah, they're I don't know, formula or mixture or whatever of the ketchup flavor powder, flavor crystals, whatever, is the best. It tastes good on a corn chip rather than a potato chip. It turns out the texture's good. They're just really good. But you got to try the Lay's ones first, just so you know what the bar is. Um, yeah, there's a bunch of companies in Canada that make them over the years. Lay's kind of became the default. Used to be like Hostess chips and stuff were the kings, and Humpty Dumpty before them. Those two companies, you never even see them in stores hardly anymore. And they're not, I don't think, as good as they used to be like 30 years ago or whatever. But anyway, next we have All Dressed, which is where I was, I think, when the video cut out. They use different powders. They always have a baked potato, or in this case, a red pepper with an onion and vinegar. None of that has anything to do, except for the vinegar maybe, and the onion possibly. None of that really has anything to do with the flavor. A lot of times you'll see a loaded baked potato on the all-dressed chips with like bacon and sour cream and chives on it, and it's like, that's not what it is either. All-dressed, I think they're called that because they took a bunch of excess leftover powder for ketchup chips, salt and vinegar, I think sour cream and onion as well, and a few others, and mixed them together just to see what it would taste like, and it tasted really good, so they kept making them. All Dressed, I think, are the most popular chips that you can only get in Canada outside of Canada, meaning that, like, Americans and stuff that know of their existence like them the most, or seek them out the most. Um, but they don't sell them in the US because a lot of the chip flavors that they use to combine to make the powder, they only make in Canada, and so there's no point in making a bunch of like ketchup chip flavoring and salt and I don't know if they have salt and vinegar in the US or not, but different potato chip flavors, mixing them up are making the powders just to mix them for all dress. Whereas in Canada, they have leftover stuff when they made however many batch of ketchup and stuff anyway, so they can just grab some of the powder from that and some of the powder from the other ones, mix it together, and make all dress chips easier. So they're cheaper to make in Canada than they would be in the States because you don't have to, because you already have all the ingredients already pre-made. So that's just why they're not available, and they don't. I don't think they would sell enough to justify all the extra steps they'd have to take. Whereas in Canada, even though we have a smaller population and buying population, it doesn't matter because we have those other chip brands anyway, so they already have lots of powder. My favorite comedian, Thomas Middleditch, said that the thing that he misses most in Canada is all dressed chips. Pretty sure that covers everything that I missed in the last video that is now lost media. Yeah. Because after that, I think I went on to Hawkins, Cheesies, and stuff. I was on the Ruffles when it crashed. So, yep. So I'll check this out later, or then I'll have to repack the box. But like I said, I only have like 10 minutes or less now. Before I have to go back to work. I'm on my lunch break, so hopefully this video turned out okay, and yeah, we will catch you guys next time. Peace. Oh wait, you're gonna actually see it cut to the second part of this video. Okay, ignore this happened. Just pretend that this all went smoothly, and I'll meet you in the future, but my past, but your future now. Oh, alright, sorry about that. Probably a weird cut, but my computer froze mid-sentence, and so I obviously had to stop because my computer had to restart itself and so on. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. Okay, so, yeah. So basically, all dressed chips, Americans and other foreigners like them, but because the ingredients are not mass produced in the States like they are in Canada, they never really justified the expense of making them, is what I've been told. Okay, so moving on. Where do we want to go? Do we want to continue with food, or do we want to, yeah, let's continue with the snack food theme here. Just gonna awkwardly reach over. We've got Hawkins Cheesies, which Hawkins Cheesies, if you're Canadian, you might kind of know part of this. So in Canada, any cheese puff snack we call cheesy. So if it's a Cheetos, we call it cheesy. If it's cheese puffs or cheesy puffs or whatever, it's a cheesy. You say, oh, I'm gonna go to get Cheesies, or oh, pass me that bowl of Cheesies, or whatever. They're all, it's like Kleenex or Band-Aid, or in the UK, Hoover, you know. It's one of those brand names that became the name of the thing here in Canada. And the reason for that is it's the first of its kind, that snack. It was developed by two American, oddly enough, GIs in World War II, who then, after the war, for some reason moved to Canada and set up shop nearby, but then their first factory had a fire, so then they built a bigger one in like 47 to, I think they set up their first factory in 47, and then in 49 they built a big factory in my hometown. So Hawkins Cheesies are made and headquartered where I live, in my hometown. So it's not only a piece of national Canadian pride, but also local pride. It's one of the biggest things that my town has in terms of products. I don't even think all people from my town know that they're from here, but they are. So for many years, the company Hawkins had a patent. So, and they didn't export to the States, even though the two guys that founded it originally were American US GIs that, like, between battles were shooting the breeze, and came up with the idea of how to make that, and it made the machine themselves and everything to do it. But then they, for some reason, moved to Canada, like, right after the war, and by, like, I think it was 46, 47, already were making them in Canada, um, and then never exported them to the States. I don't know what the issue was with that, but they had a patent, so American companies weren't allowed to make them, and other Canadian companies weren't until I think the 70s when the patent expired, and then that's when Cheetos and stuff, Frito-Lay, started basically copying the idea for them and stuff. So that's not only is that a piece of Canadiana that I'm sending my friend Nico, but also it's the only thing probably in the whole box that is from my hometown. So that concludes the dry snack, uh, savory portion of this boxing video. So now let's move on. This is hard to do when I'm sitting so far away from the camera, but let's move on to threatening you with it. No. We've got... actually... let me put this away, actually, for now, because I changed my mind as to what I'm gonna do next. This knife, I've sharpened it, but it's got rust on the part I didn't sharpen, so... I just used a kitchen steel. It works pretty good, actually. This knife was pretty dull, and just using a kitchen steel, it works for everything that I've used it for. It's pretty sharp now, just with the... But anyway, next up is kind of, oh, by the way, if you're worried that he may be spoiled by seeing this before he gets it, I'm not releasing this video on YouTube until after I know he's received it. So if you're watching this video now, he already has it. But that being said, he plays this sport called, I don't know if it's Jugger or Jugger.
It's Jugger.
It's Jugger. He's German, so I think he'd probably just say Jugger.
Not Jugger, but Jugger, like in Juggernaut.
But I think the word comes from the word juggernaut.
It's not from the word Juggernaut but it's kind of like it. But well, it is a completely invented sport made for the movie from 1988, I think, or 89. It was made up for that movie, and the movie sucks. Let's be honest. But it's a fun sport, so
It's a sport based on some 80s action movie. It's I don't understand how it works. I've seen videos and stuff of it being played, and I'm like, but there's some Canadian teams, so I reached out to a bunch of them and wanted some merch and so on. One of the teams was called the Toronto Maple Leafs. They were one of the bigger teams in Canada. I found their leader, through talking to other Canadian Jugger or Jugger teams,
Jugger
was directed to talk to Valkyrie something or other. Valkyrie. I don't remember her last name. I think it's an alias anyway, but it's like Valkyrie Mayhem or something. Maybe I'll put it up on the screen. I don't want to get my phone out and look it up right now. But I talked to her. She was like one of the founders of the Toronto Maple Leafs, or the Royal Canadian Maple Leafs. I can't remember. It's Royal Canadian Maple Leafs, I think is what they're called. But her and most of the organizers, I think, have all moved to Denmark. So, yeah, she knows my friend who's getting this, though, personally. So the next time she sees him, she's just going to pass him some merch. And I wanted her to do it all cryptically, like, Adam Dingman says hello, or from regards from Canadace or something, and then have him be like, you know Canadace? How do you know? And by the way, impeccable impression if you've ever heard his voice. I'm sure he thinks he's listening to a recording of himself right now. But, you know Canadace? How do you know him? And then she'd be all cryptic and stuff. I don't think she's going to go along with the bit. She did write, like, haha, laugh out loud, but she's probably just going to be like, oh, your friend Adam reached out to me and wanted me to give this to you, without doing any cryptic, funny bit humor. So I might as well just say it now. But anyway, that being said, I did get some stuff from the Halifax Jugger or Jugger or whatever team. So, here's a whoop. If I can get it on camera. Here's it's like a muscle shirt. That's why I was trying to grab the sleeves, but so that's neat. Like a little tank top / muscle shirt. Here's a different sized one. And I think these are actually closer to what they would wear playing, too. They often go shirtless and stuff. Here's some pins. Oh, this one has a magnet on the back. I guess it's a fridge magnet. And this one is an actual pin, so that'll be neat. And here is a patch, which is cool. But let's actually... Well, yeah, you know what? Actually, I was going to put these back in the box, but I think I'll just fold the shirts and gently place them on top. And then we'll just set you there. And then I have plans for the pin and the other thing in a moment, but we'll get to that. That's like the last thing I'm gonna put in. And put you there. Okay. So next, what do I want to do? Oh, yeah, okay. Now let's use the knife. And yes, this is a knife. I don't care what Paul Hogan says. Alright. So now I have to open this, but as you can see, my address, which I'm gonna hide now. As you can see, Martinet Farms from Quaticook, Quebec. Which I used to have an aunt and uncle that lived out there. They don't anymore. Well, the aunt passed away, unfortunately, and the uncle moved back to where my family is originally from in Quebec. He actually moved into my great-grandmother's home, so he's my great-uncle, my grandmother's brother. So we've got a Martinet, I guess part of this is an unboxing video. Martinet business card. Merci beaucoup. I don't know if I'm going to keep that or give it to Nico. Then we've got these suckers, which even have a little bow. And I think I'm taking some of them. I think, how many did I order? I forget. I ordered enough that I could take 2. Oh, they tied it. Okay, well. Alright. So this isn't going to be as nice as it was. I got it, but whatever. Yeah, it was a fancy bow. You'll just have to take my word for it, Nico. Alright. Also, they did this last time when I got it for Shani and for Evan / Frog. They wrote a little note on the box, which I thought was neat. I'm giving you all of these individually wrapped. Let's get a shot of that. Individually wrapped candies, hard candies. So I didn't feel as bad taking from the suckers, although they had the fancy ribbon on them, so I feel a little bad about undoing the ribbon. But whatever. It's fine. Okay, what's next? Oh. Next, we've got Red Canoe, which is a clothing brand I found when I was looking for stuff for Shani last time. That's a stylized version of the Canadian coat of arms. Obviously, it's a nice bag, but inside the nice bag is a nice shirt that I don't really want to open up. But it's, as you can see, it's the vintage Royal Canadian Air Force logo. This is a long-sleeved shirt. It's a pretty good quality. Now, when I saw these in the Taste of Country local store that was selling them the first time I ever saw them, Red Canoe, the RCAF logo was like, I'm pretty sure it was like felt, like cut pieces that they then like sewed on to make it look like an old school hockey jersey or whatever. Give it that like 40s look. This one obviously is printed on. I don't know if that's just because the supply chain issues or whatever. It's cheaper or what, but yeah. I was thinking at one point of making a felt spade and including that, but so you could sew it on, but it won't work anyway because it's a printed RCAF logo. So we're just gonna leave that, but it's still a nice shirt, long sleeve Royal Canadian Air Force shirt. Okay, next, I have to get better at doing this here. Let's grab you two here. Alright. So next we've got an assortment of Nestle chocolates. So you've got Kit Kat, Smarties, Coffee Crisp, and Arrow inside. And we'll just set that in there. Now, they aren't available in the States, any of those candies, but obviously they are in Canada. I thought the company was from the UK. I think they might actually be from Switzerland, actually, but they're synonymous in the UK. So these are Canadian Smarties. Originally a British snack, originally called chocolate beans, but then they started making them in Toronto under license, and then they changed the name from chocolate beans in the UK to Smarties, and the Nestle bought them out or whatever, and they acquired the Toronto one as well at the same time. So they make Smarties in Canada and the United Kingdom. You can't get them in the States. I don't know if the UK imports to Germany or not. But even if they do, from what I understand, Smarties in Canada and Smarties in Great Britain are different. Now, last time, for my friends in the States, I sent some rockets. Because in the States, these are called Smarties. Even though... And I actually have some left over from when I sent the care package, which I eat on streams and stuff. I only have 3 left, but you can see what they look like here. They're little, I think they're called wafer candies. Come on, focus. I wish this thing had like an autofocus. Anyway, they're like sweet tarts or like that kind of thing if you're not familiar. Some people find them chalky. I actually like them. I like to sort of press them up against like where my top teeth meet my gum and like crush them and then into a powder, and I don't know. I have a whole ritual of how I eat them ever since I was a kid, and there's something satisfying about it. And I like the tastes. And they do have different flavors if you pay attention. So I don't know. They're not for everyone, but I thought if he saw one of the unboxing videos, it like, well, actually, Frog didn't do one, but Shani, if he saw her unboxing video, do I have tape in my hair? Where is that? I guess it's just the light making it look like. Anyway, sorry. If he saw her unboxing video, he'd be like, and was curious as to what they tasted like. I decided to include them. I wasn't going to get rockets because I figured they didn't have the name difference. Of course, you got Coffee Crisp, which are referenced on American TV, but they don't sell them there. So, like that episode of King of the Hill, he had Coffee Crisps, but they look like cookies. And Coffee Crisp is a chocolate bar, which kind of has a coffee-esque taste, as well as the chocolate and wafer. So, some people think they're bitter. I like them, but I like coffee, so if you don't like coffee, you probably won't like Coffee Crisp. I'm including this jump drive with some stuff on it, which including this video, so we're going to put that in the box later, and through the magic of editing, it'll look like... Anyway, yeah. But I'm going to put this video on, as well as some stuff from the archives. There was a couple unboxing videos that Shani did, because he sent her two care packages already. So I was going to do one of the ones of that if I can find them. I might have one of them. I don't know if I have the other one. I don't even know if I have that one. I think I have a clip that he wanted me to grab for him for something. I'll just put in the whole video, I guess, if I can find it. No promises now, though, because I haven't gone through my archives. So, yeah, I'll probably finish this video up tonight, editing-wise, and do this tonight also. Hopefully it doesn't take me very long. Anything in that mark meat farms thing that I missed? No. Okay. Alright, so we've got that. We've got... Pretty sure we're at the end here, which is good, because at first I was going to use a smaller box, because I was like, oh, that's not a lot of stuff for that giant box, but the box is almost full, so. Alright, so lastly, but not leastly, maybe, is one of my famous letters with the inventory, even though I just did this video, but... So it's front and back, 2 pages, well 3. So front and back, page 1 and page 2, then a 3rd page, and then on the back, I did a self-portrait because I did one for Shani. I don't know why my hair looks so weird in that, but it was late when I did it, so it just looks like I have this swept look, even though I haven't had my hair like that in years. It's not even long enough to do that, but I used to be able to do that, but I don't really let my hair get that long in the front anymore, and it's harder now, because as you can see, I'm thinning a bit, so, you know, even getting my classic swoosh is tricky because my hair is getting really thin and stuff. I used to have, like... I also need a haircut because it's kind of getting mullety in the back, but anyway, so I'm going to put this in the envelope here, along with... I guess I'll include the Martinet card so you can have it as a souvenir. Because I have it bookmarked on my browser anyway. But yeah, I'll put these in the envelope with the letter. And then put that... Oh, look at that. They stick together like friends. Okay. Where's the patch? Anyway. So, yeah, that's everything. There's the patch. That's everything for Nico. I hope you like it. You'll have already seen this by the time it goes live on YouTube, because I'm not posting it until I know you have it, so there's no spoilers. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye for now. I really need a good out phrase.